Hello students, today we are going to discuss an experiment on a prism. You know what is a prism? A prism, this is a prism. It has 5 faces. 3 faces are rectangular in shape and 2 faces are triangular in shape. Any two rectangular faces are known as refracting faces, and the angle between them is called angle of prism. And the third rectangular face is known as base of the prism. You may see here, when ray of light incident on one face, it will emerge through the another face at a certain angle, and there will be some deviation between the incident ray and the emergent ray. Today we are going to see this experiment in which we will determine the minimum angle of deviation by plotting a graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. For this purpose, we will require some material. One is glass prism, drawing board pins, then paper pins, white sheet, ruler, scale, and protractor. Now, how can we do this experiment? Now see. Now take this prism. Suppose this angle is angle of prism. This is one refracting face and this is the another refracting face. These 2 faces are inclined at this much angle. This is angle of prism. Now put this prism at one end of this white sheet fixed on the board. One line may be drawn along the length of the paper, and prism can be put such that one refracting face is parallel to this line. Now draw the outline of this prism. During the experiment, prism should be within this outline. Now remove the prism and draw a normal on this refracting face, say AB. 90-degree angle may be drawn here. Now join with the help of a scale. It is normal drawn. Now we can draw a ray of light at certain angle of incidence. For this purpose, measure the angle of incidence. Say it is 30 degree. 30-degree angle can be drawn here. Now put 2 pins on this line drawn. That is the incident ray. It will show the incident ray. The separation between the 2 pins would be 5 centimeter. About 5 centimeter. Now bring this prism and again put in within the outline already drawn, such that the refracting face AB is parallel to the line drawn on the paper. Now see, the ray of light coming from this face, it will refract and emerge through the another face AC. Now by seeing from the face AC, we will put a third pin such that this third pin and the points of these 2 pins will be collinear, and the again fourth pin will be put such that all 4 pins will be collinear. These 2 pins and the image of these 2 pins all will be collinear. Third pin and fourth pin. Now remove the fourth pin, put dot and encircle. Put dot and encircle. Remove the prism also. Remove these pins also. Now join these points, say P3 and P4, with the help of ruler scale. This will be the emergent ray. This is the incident ray. The angle between the incident ray and normal angle of incidence and the angle made by the emergent ray with the original direction of the ray, which may be produced in forward direction. This angle will be angle of deviation. We have taken I equal to 30 degree. Now we can measure the angle of deviation with the help of a protractor. Put the protractors 0 at this point and measure the angle. Draw normal on this AB face. Normal. Then we take angle of incidence, say 35 degree. To measure the angle of incidence, use this protractor, and with the help of this protractor, measure 35 degree angle. Carefully, 35 degree. Join this. This will be the incident ray at another angle of incidence 35 degree. We can fix two paper pins P1 and P2. Now put the prism within the outline of the prism. By seeing from the second face, reflecting face, we will put two pins P3 and P4 such that all four pins, the image of P1 and P2 and P3 and P4 will be collinear. Care should be taken, the prism should be exactly within the boundary drawn and the angle of prism should be always in this side as you have taken in the earlier diagram. That angle should be constant, it should be always taken this side so that the refracting faces remains unchanged. Pin P3 and P4 are fixed here. Now remove P4 and circle it. Remove the prism, remove all the pins P1 and P2. Now join the points. Now repeat the experiment for the third. We have taken 40 degree angle of incidence, put two pins P1 and P2 on the ray drawn vertically, and then by seeing from this AC face, put the third pin and the fourth pin. The image of P1 and P2 seen in this side, and the image of P1 and P2 and these two pins are appear in the collinear position. You can see here whether they are collinear or not. By putting your eye at this level, you will be able to locate P3 and P4. See, the green pins are P3 and P4 and the two pins in red colored, their images are seen within the prism. See, actual pins are in this side and the image of these two pins are seen there. By seeing this, we may draw the lines. See here, the green pins are just covering the red pin's image and hence they are collinear. Now increase angle of incidence to 45 degree. Put the prism exactly in the outline boundary drawn earlier. Now put two pins on the incident ray at about 5 cm separation from each other. The pins should be vertical. See from the AC face and put the pin P3 and P4 such that the image of P1 and P2 and the P3 and P4 will be collinear by seeing the sharp points fixed on the paper. Put the third pin the level of eye should be at the level of the paper so that the pen can be fixed properly. See whether all are collinear or not. See the image of P1, P3 and P1 and P2 and the green pins P3 and P4 all are collinear. In this situation, remove P3 and P4 and put points and join. Now see here, as the angle of incidence increasing 35, 40, 45, the angle of deviation goes on decreasing 45, 42, 37. Now it is decreasing. Draw such diagrams by increasing angle of incidence so that the angle of deviation goes on increasing. Then we can draw graph between I and delta. The lowest value of delta will be the angle of minimum deviation for the given prism. The next diagram again can be drawn by repeating the same process. Now measure this angle of deviation. Corresponding to angle of incidence for 50 degree. Now what is the angle of deviation? Read here. It is 39 degree angle of deviation. Now see 35, 40, 45 and 50. The angle of deviation 45, 42, 37, 39. It means it goes on increasing when angle of incidence increased from 45 degree to 50 degree. Now draw some more diagrams, two more diagrams corresponding to 55 and 60 and then find the delta. It should be more than 39 degree. Your graph will be. Now tabulate all these values and then plot a graph. Take a graph paper. I can be taken along x-axis and delta can be taken along y-axis. Say along x-axis, we may start from 30 degree, (35 degree). Now the tabulated values are plotted on this graph. Along x-axis, we have taken angle of incidence. Now at 30 degree, it was 49 degree. Then 35, it was 45. Then at 40, it was 42. At 45, it was 37. At 50, it was 39. At 55, it was 44. Like this, all the points are drawn on the graph paper and the smooth curve will be drawn. A smooth curve means there should be no angle here. A smooth curve will be drawn. Like this, a smooth curve may be drawn and the lowest value in this graph this value will be angle of minimum deviation 36 degree. Angle of minimum deviation. Near the angle of minimum deviation, we can draw more graphs, more diagrams. For example, here between 45 and 50, there is a value increasing. So around 45, below 45 1 degree and above 45 1 degree, difference of angle of incidence can be taken so that more value of delta can be obtained and the minimum value of deviation can be obtained with more accuracy.